good evening. Happy Halloween, or should I say, Happy Halloween. Welcome in. How are we all doing? Thank you guys so much for joining. Jamie, Cassie, Kat, Katie, Bree. The mods are here. Kibby is here. Happy Halloween, peasants. Cynic, Febrian. I'm trying to be mean. It's kind of hard when I see you guys. Happy Halloween. If anybody wants an apple, I've got one, but it has someone else's name on it. Did it unexpected? Bow down, please, peasants. Oh my God. Off to a great start. We need a little commotion for the queen, okay? You know how we do it here. Okay. Kat, by the way, thank you so much for being a Teaspoon member. Appreciate that. Alright, we are gonna get into some tricks, some treats. Anyone in the chat today, any peasant in the chat today, drop command trick or treat, and you might be in for a treat. Find out who you're trick-or-treating with in the valley. Exactly. Hit the like button, or else you'll get an apple. Well, the queen has arrived to Dreamlight Valley, and we've got some work to do in this kingdom. Okay? We can do much better in this kingdom. So we are going to be destroying it, okay? We're gonna be destroying it. Trick-or-treating with a princess? Ugh. Ugh. And a frog, no less. Mickey? You'd rather trick-or-treat with Mickey, that rat. Trick-or-treating with Scrooge is a scary trick-or-treat date, just to be clear. Just to be clear. Alright, y'all. Here we go. Brian, thank you so much. Ha! Trick-or-treating with Belle, that bookworm, will bore you on your travels. I am not Maleficent. Don't confuse me with that dragon. Her dragon's breath. Trick-or-treating with a flute boy. Now that is a scary Halloween treat. You've been thinking about demolishing your valley. Now's the time, darling.
I'm not that scared coming.
Not the flute boy. Chloe, happy Halloween. I think you mean happy Halloween. Brie, I'm not sure what you mean. Is my crown looking as beautiful as me? Close to it, eh? Alright, what does this wretched duck have for us today?
Mark me words, a villain and their riches are soon parted.
We'll have an apple for you, Scrooge.
Could I talk to you?
What is this?
Good day, dear.
Second thought, Scrooge. I think I'll save that apple for Snow.
Thank you kindly.
What is that hanging plant? I'm really excited about that. I never saw that. All right, the rest of this is garbage. Toss it in the dungeon. Worst villagers than Flute Boy? Maui? Look, anyone is worse than me. Well, I think before we absolutely demolish this kingdom, I think we shall indulge ourselves in a little peruse on the grounds. Just a little midnight stroll, if you will.
Sure is a pretty night.
Before I banish them all. Exactly, Katie. Do what Katie says. How was everyone's Halloween? Oh, I like this area. Yes. These grounds will do quite nicely. And I shall make this castle my home. Look at this. Awful. It's terrible. Too many joyful souls running amok. You call yourself a dragon? More like a pipsqueak. Trick-or-treating with Goofy. Good luck with that, buffoon. Kibby with the 6 months.
Anyone here know how to have fun?
That is the way to serve your queen. Thank you so much, my dear. Happy Halloween.
10 times the King Mufasa was.
When I tell Grimsby about this place,
Ah,
he's
I
never gonna believe
found...
me.
How dare you gaze upon my wishing well, Eric? Fancy a bite of the apple? He'll be the first to clean my dungeon. Oh, you make me proud, but perhaps you could do better. Ah. I recognize this home. A wicked woman lives here, but not as wicked as I. And these? Why, these are marvelous. I'll take some of those. Ah!
Mother knows best. Don't forget, dear.
I'm still much more beautiful than her. And my beauty is all natural. She resorts to tricks. What a fool. Kate, why thank you so much. Although I'm not sure what costume you're referring to. Look at this. Joy amusement park rides. Ugh. Disgusting. All of this must go. Especially this one.
Have you ever heard Ariel sing? Oh, she has the most beautiful voice.
Princesses. Disgusting. Yes, I do believe this kingdom will look far better once I've had a go at it. He makes me sick. All right, peasants. It's time to get to work. Dressed as Tinkerbell. Fairies have no magic. Where do we begin? Which is the worst of them all? I believe this beach shall be the first to go. Ooh, that house is terrible, but we can't get rid of it. Everything else. Lana, my dear, welcome. Happy Halloween. Why, thank you, darling. Don't I always? Everything must go. This is too happy. Bye-bye. This is gonna take ages. How was everyone's Halloween? Balloons? I think not. Looking much better already. I don't know why that foolish princess who runs this valley put so much stuff out. Now I have to be the one to clean up her mess. Typical. Cleaning after these useless princesses makes me sick. Delete Dazzle Beach. Tinker Lily with the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Would anybody care for an apple? Don't forget to compliment me. Look at these. Pitiful. Tank, welcome in. Welcome, raiders. Yes, more peasants gather around. I know you've never seen a queen so beautiful as me. Well, for Halloween, I thought we should destroy this wretched valley. So that is what we shall do. Because I'm the queen. If this game won't load, why, it should get an apple. How is your Halloween, Tink? How is your stream? We are bulldozing everything in this horrid kingdom, and I shall make it over as my own. And I think I shall start with that spooky castle. I think that will do quite nicely as a new palace for me. Perhaps with a few apple trees out front. Should do quite nicely. If this game won't load, it shall face my wrath. Katie. Decorated villainous rooms. Love it, love it. I hope you made one for me. Perhaps one for my pal Cruella. Why is this taking so long? The queen doesn't wait. I like this stream, you know. I can see myself in this magic mirror. It's quite enchanting. Oh, You made me a room? Of course you did. Of course. Did I break the game? That's what I thought. Started to build the glade of trust again. Maybe the evil queen will approve of my efforts. First of all, it's the queen to you. I'm not evil. Well, you can try. But I make no promises, dear. I've poisoned my game. How else did I get here? Trick-or-treating with Mushu. If you want a dragon, I'll get you Maleficent, darling. David, thank you very much. A noble peasant you shall be. Chill Chaos. Welcome in, darling. Happy Halloween. Don't forget to bow to your queen as you enter. Shall I see who I'm trick-or-treating with? If I should dare to do something as dull as these peasant hobbies. A princess? Shouldn't she be locked in her tower? Honestly. That ridiculous princess left all this stuff out. And you know, the queen has to be the one to clean it up, huh? This we may leave. It's looking quite menacing. Oh, these little spell books on the ground. What are your thoughts on not being in the next expansion? Well, my time will come, darling. Just you wait. Just wasn't it ready for a queen of my stature yet. You see, they couldn't quite capture my beauty. But I'll be waiting. As will you, my dear. Sunny, thank you for becoming a teaspoon member, darling. As if you had a choice. Look at this. Ice cream. Why, I guess that Arendelle princess has been responsible for this. And that ridiculous snowman. What's going on with my cape? That's better. Absolutely, Sunny. Either a membership or an apple for you. Of course, there is a third option. Sweeping my dungeon. Savannah? Who is this Savannah you speak of? I am the queen. We shall see you shortly, Minty. And don't forget who I am. Although I indulge myself in plenty of disguises, there's no need to disguise a face such as this, don't you agree? Why, I could just look in my magic mirror for hours. Mad Funeral, thank you so much for the super chat. Why, I'm not so sure I know what a super chat is, but I do quite like that. Cosplay? Why, this is how I woke up, darling. Don't have to put a drop of makeup on my face. No, I just wake up and look like this. Madding for all of you peasants, isn't it? Darth Vader. Oh, that's a name I think I like. Why, you sound to be up on the caliber of evil such as myself. Thank you so much for becoming a teaspoon member. Exactly, Kaylee. I've just been embracing my true nature. It's about time you recognized. Now, this beach is looking like I don't want to be caught dead here. But at least there's no fun to be had for these awful princesses. And what are you?
Never forget kindness can defeat anything.
I told you fairies were nothing but trouble. Helping the dreams of princesses? I think not. Not while I'm here. McKenna, hello. Lana, thank you so much for the 12 months, my dear. Still at your beck and call, my queen. I know that's right. There'll be no apple for you, my dear. Happy Halloween. I think you mean Happy Halloween. Now we must do something about this wretched area they call the Plaza. Look at all this. Oh, someone has left me a gift, I see. Why, I should be over there to fetch that immediately. Kendall, thank you so much. Your Highness. I do like the sound of that. Oh! Gaston. Get that princess and lock her up in your tavern dungeon. Candy. I much prefer a candy apple. Oh! What have we here? What do we think? Will this gift be worthy of our queen? A dartboard. Now, this will do nicely in my castle. You see, we'll get a portrait of Snow White and tack it up on this dartboard. This should be marvelous. Queen flowers. Well, I do recognize a queen when I see one. Welcome in, darling. Thank you so much. I know you're new here.
The day here is different.
I know you're new here, but you cannot destroy the plaza in front of me because then I will have to destroy mine. The plaza is a touchy subject here. Katie, that sounds like a you problem. What power does a queen hold if she cannot command the attention of fellow peasants to follow suit? If I destroy the plaza, you must destroy yours. Look at this. A shrine for a rat. Pitiful. We can't have that here. Oh, trick-or-treating with Jafar. I do like that Jafar, you know. You know, he's taken a few of my disguise handbooks from time to time. I've loaned him a few because I'm so generous. A queen is always generous to those she adores. And she adores those who adore her. D, hello. I hope you're not mocking me. A fence. Now a fence does quite nicely. Why on earth did the music stop? Perhaps I shall save my game. Minty. How horrid. Trick-or-treating with Flute Boy. Well, I wouldn't be caught dead doing such a thing. Good luck with that one. I think you'd be better off sending him out to sea. Without an oar. You can't wait to dress up. Why, who are you choosing to be, darling? Tell me. I am a connoisseur of disguises. Look at this. Flower boxes. I think not. Flower boxes are for princesses. You cannot delete that. Or you may get an apple after all. No, in this kingdom you shall deal with your misfortunes, and I shall laugh in the process. Trick-or-treating with Timon. Why, I hope you like grubs in your candy. Something magical. Well, I know something a little bit about that myself. Welcome in. Epic, you say? The queen does appreciate that. Minnie Mouse. Why would you dress up as a rat? Just ask the ones in my dungeon. What is this I see? A pathetic statue of a dragon. Why, we can do better. Didn't expect this. Well, what were you expecting? Is the queen not enough for the likings of you? Because you know what I do to those. This may just have your name on it. Gotta go ambush a princess's castle. Why, that is a valid excuse. Toodaloo. Be gone. Ugh, this candy is everywhere. The only thing candy is good for is cavities. Yes. Rotting apples and rotting teeth will do quite nicely. Of course I have an apple. You can run, but you can't hide. Oh, you say you met me earlier this month? Well, I hope you remembered to bow this time. Thank you for all the hearts for the queen. Well, I'm not the queen of hearts, but I might be today. These are not apple trees. What good are they? Disgusting. Meg, hello. Why, thank you, Madison. Tell the Queen of Hearts if you'd like. I'm not afraid of her. Eric will be doing no such thing as saving. his own pathetic princess to worry about. I'll just get Ursula to take care of both of them. Yes, this is looking much better already, I do say. This wretched controller. Why is this a restaurant for a frog next to a restaurant for a rat? This place is already doomed. We shall banish them. Out of my plaza, you rat. Go over here. And I shall think the same fate for a frog. Pathetic. Now these, well, I've been told that these ancient vacuums bear a special magic trick, so we shall keep that. Just in case Snow White shows up, I do hope that they will suck her in there as well. And then she can clean my vacuum. How marvelous would that be? Brain Seer, hello. Now, this is a home for a rat? Why are there so many rats here? Get out. Get out of my plaza. Shaking in your boots. As you should, my dear. I'm sure you've never seen such a beauty quite like myself. I do tend to make those tremble and weak in the knees. I know exactly what you mean, dear. Although I can't relate, except perhaps maybe when I see my own reflection in my magic mirror. I do quite enjoy that. Not an apple tree? What use are you? Get out. A stall for a frog. My, we are doomed here. Banished. Why, you can't leave unless I banish you. Those are the rules. And what is this? An endorsement for a frog's restaurant? I think not. Thank you so much for 90 hearts on the stream. Now, what shall we do with this one? I'm sure many of you have some rage against this particular duck. I do think we shall banish him as well. We have no use for him. Now, there's quite a lot of cleaning up to do. Where is one of those princesses? Tell them to get to scrubbing up this plaza. What am I gonna do with all those hearts, you dare ask? Well, I suppose I should have to use my imagination, dearie. Alexandro, hello. Happy Halloween. You can try to survive my wrath, but no one will escape my curse on this valley. Yes, it's looking much better. How do you feel that I'm not, how do I feel about not being in this game? My dear. If it loads, I will show you that I am in this game. Why this is taking longer than Snow White to clean my palace. You know the queen does not like to wait. But it does make me have to think of some creative ideas. Why, I shall punish the one making me wait for this wretched loading screen. The only thing crashing ought to be Snow White. Once she takes a bite out of my apple, her body will crash to the ground. This will not make the queen happy indeed. I sent Snow White out to clean my goblet, my royal goblet, and the fool dropped it, damaged it, broke every crystal in it. So I'm stuck with this pathetic thing. Not quite up to the status of a queen such as myself. Think it's you causing the loading issue, evil queen? Who are you calling evil? Perhaps they cannot load my beauty. Perhaps this curse just needs a little extra strong today. I'm scaring the computer. Why, I don't know what a computer is, but I'm glad to be scaring someone. Yoshi, hello. Don't forget to bow to your queen and like the stream as you enter. Why, if this doesn't load, I shall put this whole valley under a sleeping curse for all of eternity. Tick-tock, my dear. The queen is waiting. Why Thank you, Yoshi. You have served as a most noble peasant. And you said I was doomed. Who is this Savannah?
True love? Power is the only key to real happiness.
My old pal! Well, you know I taught her all about disguising herself. Seems she's taken a liking to it, too. I must say, though, she looks hideous either way. I beg your pardon. Ban him. Ban them. I am the fairest of them all. I will be not told otherwise. Flowers. Pathetic. Angela, hello. Happy Halloween.
I've completed my patrol. All's quiet in this one.
Look at this pathetic piece of plastic. He can't even reach. He can't even reach the apple bowl on my counter. That's right. Ban the peasants in my chat who dare speak ill of the queen. Now this plaza is looking quite nice. I mean, there's this imbecile here. Can't even spell his own name. My cape is still better. Bow. I know that's right. And these ridiculous rats everywhere.
The valley is becoming such a special place.
That high-pitched voice makes me want to scream. Oh, I always recycle my plastic. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil monster? That's right, Brains here. It's not, though, that I want to be the fairest. I am. It is simply a fact, darling.
You're making so many dreams come true.
What do you all think of my pet? Rat with a dress fit for a servant indeed. Who's that gorgeous queen I'm seeing? Well, you must only be talking about me, dear. Look at this.
Oh, you
Trio.
unfortunate soul.
Actually, there's 5 of us. Look at this group of my friends. Dare I call them friends? And this pathetic princess.
This valley is the most amazing place I've ever seen.
You smell like fish, my dear. Rotten
I've
fish.
completed my patrol. All's quiet in this one.
For all our sakes, please avoid tall cliffs and large boulders. Why, Maddie, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Nothing can stop the queen. I take it you've seen my film. Oh, don't you worry. I know exactly what to do with Buzz Lightyear. Isn't that right, Jafar? Perhaps he'll do quite nicely in Yago's cage. Covered in bird poo. Ha! What a fitting destiny. Teacup, hello, welcome in. Costume, I'm not sure what you mean, dear. I just wake up looking like this. Has everyone liked the stream?
The night is young and I'm just getting started.
Don't know how I've stayed in character. My dear. Whatever do you mean? Look at this. What a pathetic little pussycat. Ah, bow to your queen, isn't that right, Scar? We know we'll send these fools running. And that one too. Oh no. No.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I know it was such a blessing for me to speak to you. These princesses just gallivanting throughout my plaza. Disgusting. This is my true self, indeed. Why, it's been my channel all along. I just had to steal it back from that wretched Princess Savannah. Always gallivanting with these tea parties. The only tea she should drink is some poisoned apple tea. Zara, welcome in, my dear. Don't forget to bow to your queen. Anyone can trick or treat today. Those are the rules. Given by the queen. It's a permission. Don't make me take it back. I should eat an apple. Darling, these apples take work. And although I deserve all the work and effort put into them, they are of far better use to me on these pathetic princesses. Trick-or-treating with Rapunzel. You'll probably trip on her hair. Pathetic. Now this looks like something I want out. The dream snap. Why, the dream snap has ended. You're all in a nightmare snap. Imagine telling me to eat an apple. I'll send you straight to my dungeon. And you'll like it. Take a broom, too. Clean it up. You know, Snow White hasn't been of much use to me. Too busy singing to those pathetic birds. Off-key, no less. Ugh. Makes my ears boil. Don't upset my mods, or they will ban you. Under direct rule of the king. I mean the queen. I don't need a king. Here's a path, in case anyone dares enter my castle. Now, what ought we do with the rest of this dumpster? Coffee bean bushes. Never much been a fan of those. Why, who needs coffee? I have enough rage to keep me awake. Apple trees. I quite like these. These would look marvelous lining up to my castle, don't you agree? Ah, trick-or-treating with a scar. Now that is a companion I can approve of. Beast, however, well, I know a bit of something about the witch who tried to get rid of that beast. Seems I'll just have to do the hard work for her. We need this to be quite menacing, don't you agree? Perhaps some dry trees. Protect you from werewolves. You should be so lucky. Marvelous. A dead tree. I quite like that. How is it looking? Don't forget to compliment me. Some thorns and dead trees. Why, thank you for that suggestion. Although I do think I like the sound of a sinister tree, don't you agree? Yes, that shall do quite nicely in this kingdom. Dead trees. Thank you, Samantha. Now, what about this? Perhaps it's covering my castle too much. We can't have that. Perhaps I should go on a little stroll.
So, can you help me out or what?
The queen cannot give you all of her attention. It's looking wicked, your majesty. Well, I do like the sound of that. This house, this is my castle. Why, of course it's the spooky castle. What's all this garbage? Happy Halloween. You think that's gonna scare me?
I think I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Oh, I'll give you an apple so you will, my dear. Oh, you love my crown. Why, thank you. It was a gift to me. Looking very spooky, Your Majesty. Well, I can agree with that. Perhaps I shall empty all this garbage into my pockets, if only for a moment. And we will banish it all. Gina, hello, darling. Happy Halloween. Or should I say, Happy Halloween? I don't usually like to do business with goofballs such as this one. But today I'm feeling generous. Let's get rid of these disgusting flowers. What use are they to me? You know what I meant. Is anyone daring to venture out to trick or treat tonight? Perhaps you've already gone. Peachy, happy belated birthday, my dear.
Works for me.
Am I happy that soon Maleficent and Hades will be here to help me deal with these fools? Well, to be honest, I'm not so sure they're going to be capable. I suspect that they'll be calling up me for my help. You know, on my magic mirror. I did start it all, after all. Now, I suspect we should like to mix in one of my favorite colors. You know, I do quite like a lovely royal purple. Really brings out my eyes, don't you think? But here I think we should mix in some red to really make my apples pop, you know? Perhaps these princesses will dare take one for themselves. They should be so lucky. Now, what else do we need here, peasants? What do we need in front of this glamorous castle of mine? Going back to do your chores. I know that's right. Scrub away, and then you can come clean my palace once you're done. A useless, dead bush. Perhaps a scraggly one. Yes. Thorns. Ah, the thorns. Perhaps a foolish princess will prick their finger and fall upon a sleeping curse. That shall do quite nicely. Where might one find thorns? I will find them. Oh, I know it'd be quite an honor for you to clean my castle. A thorn. We may need more apples, though. You know, I'm not exactly known for my subtleties. Some thorns. It's looking quite grand, don't you agree? Yes, this will do. Mix in a few thorns. They're enchanted thorns, you see. Why, I only laugh if something is amusing to me, and so far, none of you have done just that. You'll have to try harder, my dear. Now, I do believe there are a few more apple trees in this grove over here. They're no use for this rat. Looks almost perfect. Well, my dear, you know I strive for perfection. Just look at this face. I know I do. I spend most of my day looking in the mirror. You would too if you looked like me. Right next to my old pal, Lady Tremaine's house. I haven't seen her around these parts yet today. Hopefully she's out yelling at that wretched Cinderella to finish her chores. Meg, your mother is not going to help you. Why, we don't have mothers where I come from, just stepmothers. That's all you need, really. Now, do we have more apples? Why, you see, I can never have enough apples. Why has the music cut out? Okay. My queen outfit looks amazing. Of course it does. What about the rest of me? Well, it seems that there's only one other apple tree. Perhaps. Perhaps these will do quite nicely. Yes. Which of the 7 dwarves irritates me the most? Why? Well, they're all awful, to be honest. And I never lie. Why, I guess I just can't stand any of them. You know, they're all just dancing and hanging around with Snow White, calling her their friend. Fools. Which one do you like the least? Katie, hello. Happy Halloween. I'm not so sure who this Sav is you speak of. There's only a queen in my magic mirror. Now, does that look right? Yes, it does. It does. Ooh, ooh. Now, Snow White is still the fairest in all the land. Well, I've never seen such lies in my chat. You know what we do with liars to the queen. Well, let's just say they don't last long. You know, I think I know just what we need here. You say Sneezy is the worst. Don't want to get all his germs on you. Why, you mustn't be afraid of germs, my dear. Sneezy is quite gross. You are correct about that. They're all gross, if you ask me. Hanging around Snow White. Yes, it's looking better already. Now, we need some more royal purple, don't you agree? We don't want anyone confused that this is an ordinary princess castle. Huh. Make no mistake here. Now, what else should I like to display in front of my castle? Any recommendations, my peasants? Perhaps I shall like a pillar. Maybe two. Yes, this will do quite nicely. If the queen says more purple, then more purple she shall get. I know that's right. Absolutely, my dear. Now, here we should like to display several apples. What else? What else? Was I ever a princess? Ha! Why be a princess when you can be a queen? It's stunning. I know. I should quite like to think so myself. Again, I'm not sure who this Savannah is you keep bringing up. Enough of that. There is only one queen. No apples in my inventory. I guess we shall have to visit that wretched duck. And if he doesn't give me my apples, I shall pluck every feather one by one. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's just a queen.
Being brave doesn't mean looking for trouble.
Get out of my way.
That's what my father said.
Don't you have to meow somewhere else or play with a ball of yarn, you foolish cat? Welcome back, Minty. What Halloween movie would you like to watch? I know a scary tale of Snow White. Obviously, they just couldn't capture my essence and beauty on the cover of that film. Would you all stop speaking at once? I know I'm the queen and
Good day,
you want
dear.
to talk to me, but one at a time. You only speak when you're allowed
You
to.
know, I really like the folks around.
Good day, dear.
You turned my apples into applesauce. Why, that shall make it easier to sneak them into anything Snow White eats. Thank you, my dear. Now, if I was an apple, where would I be hiding in Scrooge McDuck's shop? It's poisoned applesauce now is right, my dear. An apple a day. I do fancy that. An apple a day for Snow White.
Remember, time is money.
Makes my smile so bright. Halloween Town, you say, and Charlie Brown. I'm not familiar with those films. Perhaps because I'm not in them. What's the point? Welcome in, my dear. You've been out trick-or-treating and letting off fireworks. Well, I too like destruction myself. Oh, you've missed plenty, my dear. Any minute where you are not gazing upon my beauty is a miss for you after all. I will not tolerate any mention of wrinkles. That dreaded W word. No, not in my chat. Prince Charming said Snow White is the apple of his eye. Well, he must be blind. Soleil fainted. Well, most people do when they gaze upon my beauty. All natural. You know, these princesses have to wake up extra early and have birds and rats and other vermin put on makeup for them. Even help them get dressed. Why, I just naturally wake up this way. Yes. It's quite convenient. That's why they made me queen after all. Trick or treat is calling your name, but your queen needs you here, my dear. I suppose I should just allow it this one time as I'm feeling generous on this holiday. Goodbye, Kibby. Farewell. Have a marvelous time trick-or-treating, if you dare. Why, of course we need apples everywhere. What else? What else would be quite nice? Happy Halloween? I'm sure it's much happier for many of you once you saw me. Is this holiday special to me? Well, not as special as seeing Snow White in that glass cabinet. Why, that's my favorite holiday. We shall drop plenty of poisoned apples here because someone foolish enough will be sure to take a bite. Probably a rat. There's so many scurrying amongst this kingdom. You know, I just might call this a rat trap. My apples are not rotten. They're lush and plump like my skin. You enjoy seeing me? Well, of course you do, my dear. Look at this. Are you a friend of Snow White? Tell me where she is. Useless. Pathetic. Run along. Go eat that apple if you dare. Bring it to Snow White. It's her favorite, after all. Right. Well, this is looking quite lovely indeed, isn't it? There's that foolish fairy. Perhaps she'll bring an apple for each of the princesses she dares to try to help. What a waste of time. Now, I think we may need one of my favorite objects. A mirror. A magic mirror. Ursula's mirror or Mother Gothel's mirror. Where is my magic mirror? Could I feed the squirrel an apple? Why would I waste my apple on a squirrel? Vermin. You know, I could try, but I think someone might try to confuse me with Snow White. You know, being kind to animals. Disgusting. Now, this grass is looking a bit too green. Perhaps it will do nicely to have some path here, unless this abomination of a controller will not allow me to put it under these fine trees. Let's test it out, shall we? You know, if the queen doesn't like what she sees, well, you know what we do with that. Has everyone liked the stream for your queen? You know, there are consequences if you do not. And thank you so much for the sip reminder. Now, I don't think that that path looks very good at all. Well, perhaps we will leave it with this lush green color. I think the green really makes my apples pop, don't you think? Now, what else might we want to display here? Something grand, something royal. Oh, this! Why, I forgot all about this creature. I should quite like to have one of these nearby. Just in case Snow White dares enter this ground. Ooh! Off with your head. No, 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 no. That's the other lady. Don't confuse me with her. I think I should need a few more of those. Why, I'm pleased to hear that we are at 117 likes this evening. It's no wonder everyone loves my beauty. Go ahead, Bree. Take your tiny peasants out to trick-or-treat. Try not to poison all the villagers. I make no promises with that one, dear. Happy Halloween! Jafar.
Good day to you.
Alley has a surprising number of interdimensional doors.
Where might I find this guardian for my castle? Does anyone know? I suspect it might be in the Sword and Stone or Fantasia. You know, I don't concern myself much with these other films. There's her name. We're close. We're close to her. I can smell her. 30,000 star coins. Why, Scrooge is a criminal after all.
Hakuna Matata.
10 of them cost 300,000. Why, Scrooge, there is an apple with your name on it after all. How dare you embarrass the queen? Make me spend all this coin. It's plenty fine. You know, I come from a kingdom that's quite wealthy. And wealthy in beauty, of course. Now, what else might we like? Let's check out my friend Maleficent. What does she have for us? A throne. Well, not as good as mine, but I suppose it shall do.
Relax. I'm ready for bed.
Ready for bed, I hear. Well, I do have an apple that might help you with that. Or perhaps a thorn for you to prick your finger with. Now, what else shall we purchase here? I do think we may like to search. Down here, villains. I do like the sound of that, don't you? Evil Queen is not that good at math. How dare you disgrace your queen? The queen does not need to concern herself with math, okay?
If you smell something, it wasn't me.
It definitely was, and I smelled you the second you walked in. Right, well, this is all pitiful.
Can I get a little help?
We don't need any of that. Thank you, my dear Lana. Right. What else? She does like to keep her job, for there's far no better job than serving her queen. Now this one, I don't quite know about this one, because there's a bit of pirate stuff in here. Pirates, pathetic. I don't think we want any of this. It's disgusting. All right. Let's see. What else might we want? Well, perhaps we'll just go for more of a subtle route.
I think I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Get me away from these disgusting villagers. Why, if you haven't liked the stream already, I shall have your heart in a box. I just caught a gaze of myself in this magic mirror. It's quite magical, wouldn't you agree? Come, my pet. We have more work to do. And we're definitely going to need to get rid of this fairy area. Look at this little devil.
My neighbors are good. Yes, model citizens.
How disappointing. Trick-or-treating with Jack Skellington. Why? That is a great trick-or-treat partner. Now, you said I should feed this squirrel. Better let it starve. Trick-or-treating with Timon. How pitiful, darling. Your chores are done. Well, my dear, if you need more chores, you need only ask. I'd be happy to give you a few. Wait. Oh. What? Perhaps there. We'll do quite nicely. Stitch is waiting for an excuse to be bad. If anyone's corruptible, it's him. Well, I do like the sound of that. Huh, perhaps I should reconsider. Now there seems to be a silly little candy bucket in my path. We can't have that, can we? Absolutely wretched. Now. Yes, it's looking quite menacing, wouldn't you agree? Trick-or-treating with Mama G. Well, you know, she doesn't look quite as beautiful or youthful as myself, but I suppose it shall have to do for you this evening, my dear. Will this please let me put this here? I said please. Must be because of that foolish flower in my way. Right, I think we should like one here. No one enters my wishing well without permission. Put one there. And we should like to put one here, but I think first we shall have to retrieve this awful candy bucket.
So who's got the best neighbors in the valley? That's right, you're looking at him.
I fear I may have trapped myself. The only one who should be trapped today is Snow White in my dungeon. Don't you all agree? Mama knows best. What about a queen, my dear? You seem to be forgetting me. Don't let it happen again. Coming out of lurk to say happy Halloween, my queen. Well, what an honor for you to grace your presence in the chat to us today. Happy Halloween, my dear. Now, where were we? Put that there. Maybe searching for Snow White in the wrong realm. What do you know? Tell me where she is. Where did you see her? You know what might look quite enchanting in this yard? Maddie, you are quite right. A dungeon would have been much better than that useless huntsman. Don't even mention him to me. Disgrace to my kingdom. Now I just have his heart. And he'd never disobeys again. Sorry. What on earth do you mean I have no mushrooms? This duck is really making me mad. Where are the mushrooms? Are they called toadstools by chance? You know, the item I'm referring to, it is glowing mushrooms. Surely you have gazed upon it before in this kingdom? Ah! Right, I am. Of course I am. I'm always right. All right. Well, we shall add a few toadstools here. Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? Well, I don't even have to ask that question. I already know the answer, my dear. Obviously, it's me. And anyone who disagrees, well, take a nice bite. Welcome, Lou. Happy Halloween. It's a fine evening indeed, isn't it? I think perhaps we may want some more thorns here. What else? What else? Think that duck is about to become roast duck. Well, I do like the sound of that, but I'm not hungry yet, darling. Yes. Get this wretched device out of my way. We only need that to suck up Snow White. If you see her, let me know. It will make your queen most pleased. Oh, you're hungry. Well, I don't just give out my apples to anyone, my dear. You have to earn one. Peasants. Think they can just get anything they want from their queen. Should be so lucky. Now these toadstools might be looking a bit too magical. I'm not sure I like the looks of them, but perhaps we'll let them stay for now. Now I do think we may like to add a bit more purple. What do you say? It is my favorite color after all. Right after, or right before. I get the two confused. Right before candy apple red. Is this my dream snap spot? Well, I don't know what a dream snap is, my dear, but I do believe the wretched princess who runs this kingdom sometimes probably already did her dream snap. And if she didn't, well, that's her problem. I've already had to clean up this awful place. There's no way I'm doing a dream snap for her too. Now, tell me where I might find starlight projectors. More purple, absolutely. I think that will do quite nicely. I think we should, like... Where on earth is it? Ah! This is what I require. A most magical device indeed. Look at that. Look how it makes my apples pop. We need to make them look quite delectable. Now, will this let me put this here, or will it remove everything else I did? I really don't like when that happens. Happy Halloween, Shauna. I don't know who Savannah is. I'm the queen. I'm so sad to hear that you're dressed as a princess today. Why be a princess when you could be a queen, darling? Happy Halloween nonetheless. You know, I'll let it slide just this once. Don't let it happen again. Yuri, hello, my dear. Welcome in. I know it is an honor for you all to gaze upon my beauty on this far evening. Yes, that is the purple we are after. A quite enchanting entrance, don't you agree? Too bad nobody gets inside but me. Are the apples worm-free? Well, perhaps Timon and Pumbaa can sort that out if they're not. Why, if there are worms inside, they must be quite sleepy. If you know what I mean. Ah, my pet. Why, this is looking much better already, don't you agree? Yes. This ought to lure Snow White to this kingdom. Now, I think for one final touch, you know, I'm not one for my subtleties. I think we should like a lovely signpost. Maybe. Now, I know you all want to serve the queen, but please let the mods do their jobs. A custom signpost. Yes, that should do quite nicely here. Now, there's only one thing we should display here. An apple, of course. That's right, my pet, fly! Well, I do think that this castle is looking much better indeed. Don't you all agree? Let me strut here for you. Gaze upon this magnificent creature before you. I know you've never seen something so enchanting and alluring. Now, the rest of this kingdom has to go. There is no place here for this toadstool home. These trees are not apple trees. They must go. It all must go. Rats, a statue of rats. Disgusting. And what is this? A tea party. I seem to have not received my invitation. Where is Snow White? That's what I thought. If you don't know, run along. You're of no use to me. Let me pick up this. Perhaps we should get rid of all of these chairs. You know, it's really just, we really only need a throne. These chairs are just in my way. And who needs guests when you have a magic mirror? You're never alone. The teapot. You know that princess loves this teapot. It's exactly why I must delete it. Destroy all of this. Thank you so much for serving your queen. Excuse me. What do you mean my inventory is full? Look at the size of my cape. Do you think this cape should be full? Poison the tea. Why, that's a fabulous idea. I don't even know if she's worthy of that, though. I suppose I shall store these lovely spell books away. They're of no use to me currently. Look at all this garbage. Get out of my cape. I'm not hearing enough compliments in this chat about myself.
Oh, there it is. Hi, folks. Well, that's it. That's my set. Thanks for coming out. You were great. And, well, tell your friends, your enemies.
Remember, even miracles take a little time.
The miracle of my face didn't take long at all, dear. Much better. Can't have a party without tea. You love me. I love to hear those words, darling. Don't be shy. Keep them coming. Stones. These shall do nicely to make a gate. I look lovely today. Well, I always do, my dear. But thank you for acknowledging the fact. Lemon trees. Far too sour for my liking. You know, we should just leave them here for now, but I'll find a way to get rid of them later. Don't you worry. In a cherry tree. Pathetic. You could almost have been an apple if you just grew a little larger, Cherry. What a disgrace of a fruit. Well, you know, today I'm feeling quite generous, so I will accept your apology. Just this once. Ah, stretch reminder. Well, the queen does need to stretch. Did you miss me? I know you did. You don't have to tell me. But tell me if you must. You believe me as the evil queen more? Well, of course you do. Because I am. Meg. Goodbye, peasant. Have a marvelous rest of your Halloween. Now, which villager do we dislike the most? Who shall we rid this valley of first? Any suggestions? It's looking better already. Empty. Just like Gaston's head. Look at all this. Disgusting. Look at this. Fairies live here, I know that. We can't have that. They're just princess accomplices with wings. I prefer my winged creatures a bit more beastly, if you know what I mean. Fire breathing, perhaps. Of course I'm destroying all of the land. This is not up to the standards of the queen. We shall leave the path, though, because that buffoon, Gaston, will get lost otherwise. Can't have him stumbling into my palace, now can we? I fear he won't be able to find the exit. The plans for the meadow, well, my dear, I think it looks better already, don't you agree? Stop comparing me to Maleficent. Yes, she may turn into a dragon, but where do you think she learned said skill? I am a master of disguise. It doesn't mean I don't like dragons. Bye, bye, bye. Well, I don't know what this princess is going to do with this valley if she ever returns. She'll probably just sob in its emptiness and drown in her tears. Why, that would be a splendid outcome indeed, don't you agree? Ah, the well. I do quite like this well. I should say we should leave all of the wells They'll do quite nicely here. Ah! Merlin could probably match wits with me. I doubt it. He's too busy counting up all of his wrinkles, whereas I have not one on my face. Sticks in my way. Look at these awful homes. Disgusting. Pastels. Awful. Goodbye, fairyland. This kingdom is looking quite nice, don't you agree? And look at that item count up top. It's getting lower and lower. Perhaps once it goes all the way down. Why, that would make me a very happy queen. Bye-bye. Foolish fern. We'll have to do something about these awful trees. My, this princess sure did leave a lot to clean up. Yes, it is a peaceful meadow indeed. More flowers? Why, the only thing that deserves more flowers is your Royal Highness.
I've never seen a kingdom like this
You
before.
could have been great. Coward. Out of my way. Get that cold princess. Disgusting. Oh! The queen does not make mistakes. I must get this rock. Now, which part of the kingdom shall we demolish next? Well, you see, we've already destructed all of Dazzle Beach. The meadow is looking quite marvelous, and even more so. My palace in the plaza. Oh, I just adore how that is looking. Well, I think we shall venture to the sunlit plateau. You ventured a little too far. It's getting quite dark in this kingdom. Oh, the Forest of Valor. You know what? That is a fine suggestion. Because I noticed plenty of princesses reside in this area. This tower. It's the only fitting place to keep a princess. You know what? I do quite like that suggestion. Goodbye, Forest of Valor. Disgust me. Pathetic. Place for princesses? I think not. This courtyard is missing apple trees. Well, this princess is going to have a lot of work to do. Can't say I feel sorry for her, though. She did bring it upon herself. Look at this. Sickening device for transporting princesses. Be gone. Can't have that. We have no use for it. Princesses should be locked away. Not traveling to balls. Now these are purple, and you know I do fancy purple, but today the princesses shall have nothing nice to look at. You hear the princess is a great skilled builder. Well, good luck building this kingdom back. Remove the path. Hurry up. This pathetic. Mimu, welcome in. Thank you so much, fellow peasant. You can join all your fellow peasants in the chat. I know I look amazing. Another wishing well. Well, I do like these. I should like to push every princess down this well. We'll just see about a happily ever after then. And this is a shop run by a princess? I think not. Goodbye. Closed for business, I'll say. Ingeniously wicked, Your Majesty. Why, Kendall, thank you so much. Let me fix my cloak. You know, I do have the most grand cape out of all of the Disney royals. And anyone who disagrees, well, there's always this little apple for you. Don't test me. Gazebo. Disgusting. The only glass I'd like to see is that glass coffin where Snow White lie. And look at this pathetic excuse of a castle. Why it's no match against mine. Begone. Dream Snaps trophy. The only trophy around here is myself. Trees. Begone. And look at this. A lion? I think not. A crow or a raven would be much more noble of a companion to display out front of a castle, don't you agree? Oh, we're really on a roll now, aren't we? We do need her glass coffin. You know, I couldn't agree more. It would look quite enchanting in this valley, although not as enchanting as myself. Candlesticks. You can't have those around. Sometimes they start singing. The only thing that should have water in it is a well. Begone. And look at this. Pathetic art projects made by disgusting animals. These have no place in this kingdom. Not under my rule. Begone. Disgusting. Ah, more purple. Well, I quite like that, but not right here. How dare they start singing indeed, I know. I can't stand the sound of that screeching. Makes me sick. And the only thing I like to be sick with is my sickening looks. Look at this. Mother Gothel wishes she could have this. No more. I shall remain the most beautiful guardian of this land. After all, she'll never get that golden flower. Get rid of this gold. All the gold should be in my palace. These pathetic shrubs make me sick. They're not purple or containing apples. What use of they are to us? Begone. And you too. And you too. My. Look at how the princesses are gonna have so much more of a dreadful time over here in the Forest of Valor. Nothing for them to do. Why? Well, they have plenty of chores to do instead, don't you think? No time for shopping or hanging out in a courtyard. Prancing around in the gardens with the enchanted creatures. Disgusting. Why is this from Wonderland? Can't have that here. I'm beyond tired of people confusing me with other Disney queens. Don't they know I started it all? And this, a romantic date spot for the happily ever after. Disgusting. Enchanted rose. I think not. Why, I'd get rid of this castle if I could. This. Ah! Books. Gaston's nemesis. What a fool he is. He can't even spell the word fool. He's too busy trying to learn how to count. Right, now. This Forest of Valor is looking splendid. Oh, I missed a few things. Well, you know, the queen doesn't make mistakes, but just pretend you didn't see any of this. You didn't see it. Not to rub salt in a wound. Well, I love a little salt in Snow White's wounds. Lady Tremaine did steal your thunder. Why, what on earth do you mean? She's not even a queen. She wishes she had a kingdom. That's why she's always trying to pawn off her silly daughters to a prince. What a fool's errand that is. Why, let me just fix my hair in my magic mirror. Although it doesn't need much fixing. Why, this should not be taking this long. Queen does not like to wait. Well, we've cleared the beach. We've cleared the forest. The plaza is looking dazzling with my palace. We've also gotten rid of the meadow. Where shall we destroy next, peasants? Well, there is always the Frosted Heights, the Sunlit Plateau. Now, the Forgotten Lands I didn't quite like the look of. You know, it's very purple. But I think we may need to destroy that too, because nothing is worthy of this queen. Frosted Heights shall be next, then. If this wretched game ever lets me proceed. Excited to see what I do with the valley with all the new items. Well, my dear, all we need in this valley is a palace for the queen, and we've already done that. Mimu, we bid you farewell. It was an absolute delight. Well, of course. Have fun ruining things. I always do. Why, thank you. Happy Halloween. Loving the stream. Well, of course you are. I do make a nice Halloween, don't you agree? Delete. Delete. I've heard sometimes the princess cozy rages. Well, I'll give her something to rage about next time she checks this valley. There'll be nothing in sight but my castle. And she'll still have to deal with that silly Prince Eric. Why, that's an even worse fate. I'm waiting Well, I'll have a whole new orchard of apples at this point. The speed they'll all be growing in. The queen despises waiting. Stick an apple in his flute. Why, I do like the sound of that, Maddie. We'll see how much of a prince he sounds like with an apple in his flute. We could always send him out to sea, too. I think first I'll drill a hole in the bottom of his ship. What do you think about that? Bye-bye, Prince Eric. All right, if this doesn't load, I shall curse everyone. Getting savage with Flute Boy. My, that's the only way to be. Does anybody care for an apple while we wait? Ursula is a fool. She's no match to my intelligence. She can't quite disguise herself as well as me. Why have the lights turned out? I think I shall take a portrait on my magic mirror while we wait. Beautiful. Oh, you'll pass on an offer of an apple. Well, it's far better suited for someone else. You know, I might just have to put myself under a sleeping curse. I may have poisoned my game indeed. I may have broken this kingdom. Still we wait. I'm not getting any younger, but I am getting more beautiful by the minute. Think somebody put a hex on my game. Who do you think it was? Probably that wretched Mama G. She's always jealous of me. Well, it could be anybody. They're all jealous of me. Glorious. Let's go take a stroll. I thought I heard you. I can smell him too. Smells like dead fish, salty air. Disgusting. Where's Captain Hook when you need him? I'd like to see him make Prince Eric walk the plank. Out of my way, princesses.
Don't take on too much. Here.
Yes. This is looking quite nice. We are saved, so we are good. You know, do I have any of those awful flowers? Oh, thank goodness I don't. I have no use for them in my cape. Oh! A princess! Time to ruin your happily ever after. Do you know she's engaged to a troll? People say I have high standards, but some people have none. Some people are fools. Begone, Frosted Heights. You disgust me. You know, we may leave some path. I'm just not sure. We'll see how generous I'm feeling today. I like the sound the wind is making over here. It's quite haunting. Why, I would get rid of this disgusting excuse of a palace if I could. Ah! There's the troll's stall right there. What a waste. Ice chairs, who needs that? Get to doing your chores. Ice rinks. Why, there's no need for that. Oh! Princess ice skates. Can't have that. Well, we could get rid of these palaces competing with mine, or at least they think they are. They're no match for mine, certainly. Get rid of those benches. Nobody should be sitting. They should all be bowing down to me. Oh, and it seems I almost missed this disgusting igloo. You know, that snowman is always trying to sing around here. Well, I think this shall do up here for now. I think we better move along here. Destroy something else. What do you say? Not so happy now, are you, princess? Don't know who this Savannah is she's talking about. Strange universe, welcome in. I appreciate your greeting. Happy Halloween. You may join the other peasants in the chat. I'll allow it. Right, this kingdom is looking much better. Now, shall we destroy the glade? Glade of trust, they call it. The only one you must trust is your queen, after all. We've already banished a rat and a frog here, so good luck with them, Mama G. And this pathetic excuse of a castle. Goodbye. These trees have red in them, but they're not apples. They're of no use to me. Even the princesses have a stall. Wow. They just let anyone run a shop in this kingdom. Trolls, princesses. Well, what's the difference? They're all really the same. A bakery. Do you think they serve poison apple pies here? I don't think so. Cannot be trusted. We must get rid of it all. Flowers, disgusting. And they're pink, no less. Mama G wishes she was me. I know it. You know, she just won't admit it. She's afraid. Once she does, she'll just wither away. Pathetic, really. Just like these trees. These non-apple bearing trees. I could force them to sell poisoned apple pies. Well, you are right about that. But then I would have to give them my recipe, and I do not share that recipe. It seems I mistakenly pressed the wrong button on my controller. I don't make mistakes, though. You all are mighty quiet. Where are my compliments? Don't you like my purple lights? They really bring out the red in my lips. Totally natural. Why must I always be waiting on this dreadful machine? Tick-tock. I could never mess up. Why, I know that's right. The room is very elegant. The purple does enhance my beauty. I'm so glad you agree, Kendall. Are you offering me an apple? Only if it's red delicious. I could poison it easily. Granny Smith, don't bother. Do I look like a granny to you? Look how wrinkle-free my skin is, darling. No grannies here. Perhaps you'd be better off giving that to the fairy godmother. Or Mother Gothel. She is old, don't you know? She's just a bit of a trickster and will make you to believe otherwise. Don't be fooled, my dears. Any day now. I just don't know how much longer I can wait or do this. I'd much rather be gazing into my magic mirror. What's my skincare? Well, my dear, when you're as naturally beautiful as myself, you don't bother with such elixirs. You see, my magic is far better used on things that don't need fixing. Come on. I haven't got all day. When Savannah gets back, she's gonna offer me Granny Smiths for destroying her valley, and you're gonna have a front row seat. I think not. Nice try. I'm tired of waiting. These headphones are crushing my crown. Despise this. Finally. Well, I should know that some rats would be responsible for that.
Everything's Jake.
Really? They just let anyone into this kingdom, don't they? Has everyone liked the stream, by the way? I've been too busy gazing at my reflection to check. But mark my words, if I am displeased, you will feel my wrath. The valley does take time to process the horror of my... You are absolutely right about that, my dear. Why, I should have known. You're quite clever. Not as clever as myself, though. Do we dare let Lady Tremaine remain here? No. Obviously not. We must get rid of all of it. Then we will know we did right by this curse. That is a lot of hearts on the stream, but you know what? I think my cavern holds even more hearts in boxes, you see. Starting with that huntsman. You love every second of this stream. Why, I'm so pleased. I knew I liked you. I hope everyone has bowed for their queen. Those who haven't, well, I know exactly what to do with you. I need all the hearts I can get. I must say these headphones are really crushing my skull. It's just making me angrier. Look at this. Disgusting flowers. Flowers are for princesses. We can't have that. No happily ever afters here. My, this princess sure does love to put stuff everywhere. Fool. They just love cleaning, don't they, those princesses? This must be why there's so much stuff everywhere. Needs to keep herself busy. But I'd rather they be busy with chores than busy with foolish dreams. Goodbye, glade of trust. Trust. Who needs trust when you have loyal subjects? My goodness, this princess puts stuff everywhere. Right. That's looking much better. Oh, Mother Gothel, you can't even compete with my palace. Look at this. Living in a tree. Like a peasant. Disgusting. Well, we'll take all this from her. She doesn't deserve it. Do I have a castle in this valley? Well, of course. Everything else must go, you see. We're only keeping my castle in this kingdom. Should you like to gaze upon it? Well, here it is, my dear. Quite magnificent, don't you say? We have apples, thorns, plenty of guards for protection. Oh, and my favorite, a magic mirror. Right, okay, well, the glade is looking much better. Mama G can deal with it. Looks absolutely magnificent. Why, I'm so pleased you agree. I am growing quite famished here. It's so you. I know. It's how everything should be. I'm simply the best.
It's almost like we stepped inside.
Look at it. Absolutely magnificent, just like me. Right. We only have 2 more biomes to destroy. Oh, you're just the worst. Oh, wait a second. I just saw you. Quick, somebody get me a mirror instead. I'd much prefer gaze upon myself. Okay, well, I've heard Gaston lives over here. This is the tavern he likes to hang out at. Well, we can't have that. No enjoyment for these peasants. He's just a peasant boy after all. And this, a swan. Disgusting. We'll curse the Sunlit Plateau just as we have with the rest of the kingdom, and it will be magnificent. A cottage? Get out of my face. Cottages are where princesses try to hide. Don't you know? Nothing gets past me, though. this clutter. Unnecessary. Gaston doesn't even know how to hunt. He can't even tie shoes. That's why he has Velcro. Buffoon. Look at this. Eggs. You know, we might leave the eggs. Hopefully he'll choke on one. No fountains. Not the sunlit. Savannah worked so hard. Oh, not the sunlit. Savannah worked so hard. I don't care. The only area deserving of decoration is in front of my castle. What have you not understood, my dear? We've been here nearly 3 hours. Will this controller cooperate? Or will I be giving it an apple? I'm told a rat lives here. Disgusting. Is he one of those singing rats? I'll set a trap for him later. It shall be quite the sight. What will you do after you flatten the valley? I will move on to my next kingdom, my dear. It will no longer be my problem. That's for someone else to deal with. Won't happen again. I know that's right. This will be waiting for you, my dear. Watch what you do. This princess sure loves plants, huh? Not enough apples or thorns for my liking. But the wishing well is quite nice. Why, if you could make a wish right now, what would you wish? Choose wisely. I'd wish for Snow White's heart, obviously. Maybe some of you would prefer to wish for candy on this Halloween. Frankly, I think that's a waste of time. Too much green here, not enough red. You're absolutely right. I do appreciate when the peasants tell me the truth. Picnic blanket. Disgusting. That's a place for princes and princesses. Can't have that. No happily ever afters on my watch. You wish I'd get 4K. You'd wish you'd get 4K on your dream snaps. Well, I still don't know what a dream snap is, my dear, but I'll do my best for my subjects. Get rid of this. A good wish. Well, I'll try to help it come true. Well, I thought that all of your wishes had been granted when I showed up. A beautiful queen such as myself And so humble, aren't I? It's much better. Looking much better. Think of it as a portrait of yourself. Ooh. Well, I shall get 4K moonstones on a portrait of myself for sure. Anything less? Well, there's always this. I don't know why I need to keep reminding you. Much better. There'll be no happily ever afters over here. A sign. Well, Gaston can't read, so let's just get rid of that. Just have him wandering around in circles for the rest of eternity. Splendid. Now, pumpkins. You know I prefer apples, right? Of course you do. Have I taught you nothing otherwise? We must get rid of these devices keeping these pumpkins here. Apples would much better suit this biome. And this. Disgusting. It's looking better already, isn't it, my dear? Goodbye. Fountain. Is it raining? The only thing raining is me. Be gone, decor. We have no use for you. So these dream snaps you tell me of, have you all done yours? I hear that this week's challenge is about royalty. So hopefully you've depicted me well and most favorably. I'm so funny. Why, I know, my dear. I'm so glad to be entertaining for you. Look at these bones. I wish they were Snow White's. Rotting away. I'll get her, don't you worry. You trapped Jack Skellington in a cage and took over. Why, I do like the sound of that. A nice takeover. We do love to see that, don't we? Why, you did yours as well. Very good. No apple needed for you, my dear. Snow White to Bone White. Oh, you make me laugh. But not hard enough to get any wrinkles. Don't you worry. Yes, Bone White. That would be quite enchanting. What a spectacle. I would have her displayed right in the center of my courtyard for all to see. Paint. Ooh, an easel. This might be quite nice for somebody to paint a portrait of me. Suppose we'll leave that. And I think I heard there's mines over here. There wouldn't happen to be any dwarves working in here, would there? Anybody have any dynamite? I'll throw a stick inside. You finally have a good dream, Snap. Well, I'm pleased to hear that, my dear. Don't disappoint your queen. You won't like to see me when I'm angry. But today I'm in a great mood. Must be the holiday season of it all. Maybe it's the thought of those bones of Snow White. Oh, we really are on a roll here today. Rolling like an apple, right? Of course, not as far as I know the caves collapsed on them. What a splendid bit of imagery. I do like the thought of that. I'm so pleased to hear they met a match worthy to defeat them. Although it didn't take much. They're so short after all. Goodbye, trees. What is this? A garden. Where are the apples? Disgusting. Pumpkins, I loathe thee. The dwarves do have a song about how they love digging in a mine the whole day through. Well, what have I said about singing? Especially singing dwarves. I can't stand the screeching, darling. Must get rid of all of this. My, their princess is in for a real treat when she comes back to this valley. Maybe she's abandoned it. Oh, that would be an even sweeter treat. One less princess? Goodbye, garbage. Much better. You'd rather hear nails on a chalkboard. Well, I'm not so sure I know what a chalkboard is, but I do like the sound of that over that wretched singing. I'm not even sure what that prince sees in that princess or those dwarves. Oh, I got a chair. A chair? I'm a queen. I need a throne.
I hope you have an enjoyable
Pathetic excuse
evening.
of a prince dares try to speak to me, calling me a bee? I think not. We'll banish him next, don't you worry. Now I can't forget about wiping out this elephant graveyard. Graveyard? It doesn't really look like one. Where were the graves? I'll have to speak to Scar about this. Banana trees, disgusting. Pathetic excuse of a fruit. Exactly. I can't believe my ears either. How dare he call me that? More like one huge elephant's graveyard. Well, if you're talking about Gaston, that is a sight I would like to see. Right, this will do. This will do for now. I think we need to add in a few more tombstones, if you ask me. Make this a proper graveyard. Now, there is this to deal with. Now, I do quite like the looks of this. I do. But nothing must remain. Romaine? Not romaine, like lettuce. Remain, I said. You misheard me. Nothing will remain in this valley by the time I am done with it. Only my castle, darling. Paul, welcome in. Happy Halloween. Thank you so much. All hail the queen is right. I like that. Keep it up. All of this must go. The wishing well can stay, of course. The wishing well stays. You know, I do have an infatuation with wells. And pushing princesses down them. Makes for a marvelous pastime. You should really try it sometime. Although, don't say I told you. Not the Forgotten Lands. The Forgotten Lands do look good, but my darlings, they will look even better with nothing in them. A fate for all of these princesses. Just be bored for all of eternity. I just love the thought of that. My darlings, it's time for out with the old, in with the new. Mother Gothel better get started packing her bags. Goodbye, Forgotten Lands. Goodbye, silly boat. Poor Sav. Don't make you ban yourself. Speaking such foolish lies in my chat. Poor Sav. That just makes me happy. Again, with the pumpkins, I despise these pumpkins. Destroying Princess Savannah's Valley seems very targeted for one who doesn't know who she is. Well, Maddie, let me tell you a little something about how I like to run things. I have a magic mirror. I have gazed upon this princess on this stream. And I didn't like her one bit. Trying to find happily ever after in this valley. Who does she think she is? I don't even know who she is. I just know I don't like her. Always speaking in that high-pitched voice, shrieking with excitement, just like Snow White. Makes me sick. You may not be able to time yourself out, but my darling, I certainly can. I'll have an apple for you, my dear. Here they say a pumpkin king lives. Pathetic. Pumpkins. Just say you're boring. What is that behind this castle? Pathetic as it may be. A little sprig of ginger. We'll let that stay. It almost resembles a weed. Why, there's plenty of flowers I need to banish from this biome. That is for sure. A coffin. I should like to see Snow White in there. Oh, thank you for the stretch reminder, my dear. I suppose I should hang on to that apple a little longer. Try not to miss me. I know you can't. Did you miss me? Don't answer that unless it's a yes. Right, just a few more things to rid ourselves of. Definitely these candelabras. You know what I told you about these candelabras? Sometimes they try to sing. Be our guest, yeah, right. Do I look hospitable to you? Oh, you missed me terribly. Why, I'm so sorry to hear that. Almost sorry, at least. Savannah's gonna stream next and be like, who messed with my valley? While I should look forward to that day when I gaze into my mirror and see her find this horrid discovery. That should make me smile for the rest of the day. Poor little princess. Who dares live in this treehouse? Oh, I forgot about this pumpkin patch. Every time I see them, it just makes my skin crawl. Now, these little jack-o'-lanterns, though, I do quite fancy them. You know, just getting into the holiday spirit. I should say they might look quite nice lining my castle. Yes. Now, we need a more menacing jack-o'-lantern, I believe. This should do quite nicely. I think this one resembles the Pumpkin King himself, and he is quite hideous. I do wish these horrid candy buckets would stop popping up in my kingdom. Who do they think they are? Right, just a few more things to rid ourselves of. Starting with these hay bales. Awful. Ah, the sounds up here are like music to my ears. A most enchanting sight and sound. Don't question me. The queen never misspeaks. The queen means exactly what she says. And that's the truth. Where has my reflection gone? Just as beautiful as last I saw it. Ooh, I do like the horrid sounds of this biome. I do fear that I may not be able to stop speaking like this for the remainder of the evening. Graves. They are nice, aren't they? We must get rid of everything nice, though. And look at that pitiful item count. Marissa, hello, darling. Happy Halloween. Why am I deleting things? Why I have cursed this kingdom? Everything must go except my own beautiful castle. Everything else must disappear. It's just horrid. All of it. I can't stand to look at it any longer. And if anyone has a problem with that, well, I'll send you right to my dungeon. They do need cleaning after all. Make yourself useful while you're there. The queen is being destructive. Well, I should say that I am making this look even better. It'll be even more pleasing to my eye once this pumpkin patch is gone. Pumpkins. You know what pumpkins do? This fairy godmother takes these pumpkins and helps make princesses' dreams come true. Blech. Disgusting. Why, there shall be no pumpkins in this kingdom, and therefore no dreams may come true. Now that would make for a happy Halloween, don't you agree? Don't make me drag my apple out. A throne. You can keep your measly throne. It's all you have left, Jack. Why, it's looking just splendid over here. Marissa, happy Halloween, my peasant. Right. It's looking quite good over here, although I'm still not sure why the item count is so high. Must be all the pumpkins. Why this is looking great, although I seem to have missed a spot. Must have been busy looking at my reflection. Looks good. Just like me. Now, the curse may have just unfolded through all of this valley, and the kingdom is doomed eternally. What do you think, my pet? It's looking quite good. Oh, another one. Well, I do tend to attract a following. What can I say? Well, my dears, this kingdom is looking as empty as Gaston's head. I do quite like the sight of that. Out of my way.
Jewels just sparkling up there.
Disgusting. Oh, it looks so good. Don't you agree? Everything looks so doomed. I love the sight of it. What's going on here? You guys didn't invite me? Trying to act natural, huh? I know what you're up to. Looking nice and desolate. Why I had the same thought? This is quite pleasing to the queen. Look at this. A place where princesses once pranced around. Stupid grins on their face. Have fun smiling about nothing. And look at this. Pathetic wizard. Yeah. Wave. A villain meetup without the queen? I can't believe. Well, they must have known I was busy. I'm always busy. Elizabeth, thank you so much for subscribing to the queen. You should make a fine peasant in this kingdom, indeed. Why are these not lit up? I must have the magic. Yes. The power in my fingers. Come on! Well, my dears, I do believe our work is done. This curse has gone quite splendid, if I do say so myself. But now I think I must retreat. You know, there are plenty of mirrors for me to gaze upon and worship my reflection. I know you all have had the pleasure of doing that for the past 3.5 hours. So it's time for me to use it, okay? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this horrid Halloween evening. I know I have helped to make yours much more magical. If you haven't already, don't forget to like the stream. It makes the queen very happy, you know, it's like a little compliment. And I do like my compliments. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you don't, how about a bite of this apple? Well, I have had a splendid time ruling this kingdom. I hope I never have to come back here, but we'll just see what this princess does. I'll be checking in my mirror, don't you worry. Lana, thank you so much, my dear. You have been a loyal servant this evening, and I hope you have had a fabulous Halloween. My pal. What do you think of what I've done to the valley, my dear? Sure, take a bite of an apple. See if I care. Oh, this fool. He'll definitely take a bite. It has been delightful. I'm so glad you agree. Look at him, looking in my mirror. I think not. Get out of here, you peasant. This is my mirror. Cynic, thank you so much. Kendall, thank you so much. Mods, we appreciate you. No apples for you, my dears. Well, my friends, servants, peasants, hopefully no princesses.
Sure is.
I hope you've all had a splendid evening. Thank you so much for spending your Halloween. This fool is really asking for trouble. I know you want to look at my reflection in the mirror, but you can't block it, you fool. All right, well, I feel I must go. Thank you so much. Do not forget to like the stream, or a curse may be bestowed upon your valley next.
Anything from the market?
I shall see you soon. Or not. He's really asking for an apple. I'll have to deal with him first, but I must go. You can't see what I'm gonna do to this fool. Goodbye, peasants. Don't forget to bow as I descend. It's been a treat for you all, I'm sure.